Welcome to Building on Algorand. In this quick demo video, we will see what you can do with Walt.id tools on the Algorand blockchain. So first, what we will offer you is that you can create NFTs based on the RC3 standard. You can verify NFT ownership with static and custom policies based on the regular language, so Open Policy Agent, as well as use standard verification endpoints in our REST service to verify NFT ownership. Later, we will see how you can enable access via NFTs in Web2 applications by leveraging our IDP-Kit product, which is a decentralized identity provider that can connect to any OIDC-compliant IAM tool like Auth0, Firebase, or Keycloak, and thereby enable login with NFTs in Web2. We will also see how you can offer your users NFT viewing capabilities by using our wallet kit and thereby extending any app of yours with viewing capabilities. Okay, with no further ado, let's dive into the demo and create our first NFT. I have already the NFT-Kit, which is our open source NFT infrastructure product, up and running on my machine. And thereby can access the REST endpoints and start to use them to create our Algorand asset. To now create the NFT, I already have prepared the body of the NFT request, where I provided a name, a description, the image, as well as the unit name and some properties, which was a background white and color black. Important for the image, I uploaded it to IPFS, and here I use this IPFS file upload function, which is also provided by the NFT-Kit, and shows a file from my system to upload it to IPFS. And then I got back the ID of the asset on IPFS, and I prefixed that so it can be later then read out. Okay, so now everything is set up, so we can execute that and create our first NFT. Amazing. So here we have now our URL, which we can use to go to the Explorer and see where we are in the transaction. And what we will now do is to go to our wallet. So on our wallet page, which you can find at wallet.walt.id, we can connect our Web3 account. So I will choose Algorand here, enter my password, and I'm logged in. Here I now can choose the address and the testnet, and that will load all my assets. And if we go down, we can see the NFT we just created, which is this ID 7733, and here also 7733. Okay, cool. So now we have created our first NFT on the Algorand blockchain. As a next step, we will do a verification. And here, we just go down a bit and go to the NFT verification Algorand section and can here then do an NFT ownership verification. Basically checking if an address holds a certain token with an ID. So we select a testnet. Then let's go back to our Algorand wallet. I quickly copy my address, provide it here, and then the asset ID. So if we execute that, we will return true because we are owner. Okay, so now let's go on to a more specific ownership verification, where we not only verify the ownership, but also the trade. So before we created a property which was background and it had the value white. So if you can remember from the creation function, so right here we provided background with the value white. And then when we have selected the right network, we can execute that and verify that it actually is true, that we hold an asset with this ID and that also has in the metadata the trade type background with the value white. Then as a next step, we will do an NFT verification using the Open Policy agent and the Rego language. So what I did, I created a policy, which basically checks that if the name and the description we provide in the input of the policy matches the metadata name and the description of the NFT. And to create that policy so that we can use it for verification, we will use the NFT-Kit verifier policies create endpoint in the NFT-Kit API. I already prepared the input statement here. So I gave it a name, a description, and here the input. So I provided as an input the name demo NFT and the description Algorand demo NFT, which was the values we provided as we minted our NFT. And then I just provided the policy I just showed you. Okay, so let's execute that and create a policy. Now we can also see here that we have that available. If we list all the policies, I will just quickly copy the name. And then we go back here where we do the verification. First, I select the testnet again. I provide the policy name and the token ID. So again, here taking the token ID and executing that. So, and what we get back is true. So everything passed. Great, so now you have seen the creation and the verification capabilities of the Walt.id NFT-Kit. Cool, so let's now go over to the Walt.id IDP-Kit and see how we can enable access via NFTs in Web 2. So here we now have our IDP-Kit, or better said, a frontend which uses an authentication provider that is OIDC compliant. And then we hooked up the IDP-Kit to that authentication provider. So that's a Next.js app using NextAuth, and NextAuth builds up on top of the OIDC standards. And so we created a custom provider which then connects to the IDP-Kit. And what will happen, so no matter what kind of application you're building, as long as the authentication tool you're using is built on top of OIDC, you can use the IDP-Kit as authentication tool. Because what will now happen if I press the sign in button, I land on this typical sign in page where I now have two options, sign in with NFTs and sign in with SSI, but there could also be sign in with Google, sign in with Facebook, and a normal email password. And basically when I now press sign in with NFTs, the client or the frontend will be redirected to the identity provider, which is in our case the IDP-Kit, which then does the whole thing with the NFT authentication. But if I now would press sign in with Google, I would be redirected to Google and sign in with my Google account. So it's the same principles, now only applied for NFTs. So I press sign in with NFTs and I land on this IDP-Kit wallet connect page where I now sign in with my Algorand wallet. And I now sign a message so that the IDP-Kit can verify that I'm actually a holder of the address I'm sharing. And after the check is done, and also I configured it in a way that it checks that my address is actually a holder of the NFT we've minted before with the Walt.id NFT-Kit. And if that is true, so I'm the owner and I hold the NFT, all this information gets processed and sent back to the authentication provider, so the NextAuth, and then a session is created in the authentication tool and I'm logged into the application. And here we can now see that I've been logged in with my address. Cool, so now you have seen the creation of NFTs, the verification of NFTs, how you can enable access via NFTs in Web 2, and also our wallet where you can see and view different NFTs you hold on the Algorand blockchain, as well as others. I hope you enjoyed this quick demo. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you did, and start building today your solutions on Algorand with the Walt.id tooling by visiting our website at walt.id/Algorand. Happy building, see you next time.